Alright, back to our wiring job here. I hope you can see everything. And this is the main. I'm going to go ahead and hook up the fuse box. And I'm going to start at the box first, and then I'll go back to the back where the battery is. Strip that wire back. Now that noise y'all are hearing is the county out there after 6 months filling in the big gaps on the road that when they repaved the road, nail people was having to drop into about at least 6 or 8 inch drop off on the side of the road to get to the mailboxes, so they're out fixing that. Now this is the hot wire. We'll crimp it down in there. Now this one is yellow, which it doesn't matter, but that's the only size that will fit the studs on here. Alright, now here's the ground. It's going to be a yellow one too. Like I said, doesn't matter. And when I get done doing the fuse box here, I'm going to wire everything up. Then I'll mount it to the inside underneath there. It's just so much easier to get to. I'm a little bit stove up from crawling around under there yesterday, unhooking everything. Alright, now these clips are color coded. These are yellow. See, we got a yellow mark right there on the crimper. That's the crimper you need to use, is the yellow one. That way it'll squeeze it tight, but it won't cut it. There we go. Now you could solder these in, take this plastic off if you really wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. Alright, here's the fuse box. Negative, negative. I marked everything as I run them through on both ends, which I didn't do before. Let's see, this is a citronella candle. We're going to put it down here, try to keep these mosquitoes off of me a little bit. Okay, we put on the flat washer, lock washer, and that little tiny nut goes back on there. Now I want that to sit straight up and down like this, so it won't be in my way when I go to put it up on the wall here. Tighten this up. Okay, don't want to over tighten it because you can break that plastic if you ain't careful. Ask me how I know that. So. Alright, here's our main hot. We got a main hot right there. Same thing. Washer, lock washer, tighten this up. Now this is not hot yet because it's not hooked to the battery yet. We'll do that next. I may have to adjust my wire back there just a little bit. Alright, that's good right there. Now once the waterproof cover goes on, that is way yonder more better than that old one. Okay, and it will, when I get done with it, it'll mount it against here, up underneath the console. All right. Now, let's go back here and hook up the hot wires. All right, we're on the other end. So I've got this one marked II. This is the main. And I know where it's at and what it is. We can go ahead and get that out of the way. Now, I'll show you a trick on this. We're going to cut this one. We're going to strip it back a little bit long. Because these connectors, a little bit bigger around. They have to be bigger up here to fit over the battery post. So what we're going to do, fold them over like that. Fold it over just a little bit because this end here is bigger. I'm going to work it in there. We want the best connection we can get. Okay, I see the wire right there at the end, just about there. Okay, same thing, we'll use our yellow crimp it tight, and I always come down and crimp it a second time at the end. Now, that's a good connection. That's not going anywhere. And it's going to be up under everything, so it's not going to get wet. Now this one, I made a little bit of a mistake. This is the ground. I've got my wires tied together already, but it's too short. But I have plenty of leeway to pull it a little bit more. But to do that, I'm going to have to cut all these tie straps loose and then pull it. Duh. I should have figured that out to start with, but I didn't. So there we go. Let me do that, and then we'll do this one the same way so we can hook it to the ground to the battery. Now I hope you can see this. It's a little dark down in this section, but this is the hot wire to the fuse box. Now I'm not going to hook the motor and all that up just yet till I get this all done. And the wiring harness for the motor, all the motor wiring stuff is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This is all the accessories. That's all this is. Now the motor wiring harness was sent to me by my Army brother, Staff Sergeant Reuben. Y'all remember way back then. Sent me a new harness and all for it, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see how we're gonna cross thread it. So. There we go. Now I'm listening to excuse me. In the background, that's Dixie Cryptid YouTube channel, which I've been with him since he started. Very, very, very popular channel, telling cryptid stories. But I just heard something I'm going to go back and listen to again that I may not agree with, but grumpy old man, there we go. Alright, now our fuse box should be hot. Let me grab the test light and we'll go up there and look at it just to make sure. Alright, we got our ground hooked up. There we go. You see that? Fuse box is hot. Alright, I hope y'all can see this. The camera's at a really weird angle here. Now these are the two. This is the back light and the front light. Now these two lights is what started this whole thing. So we're going to hook the grounds up. to the fuse box. Now I'm not going to tie them together. I'm going to ground them separately because I have plenty of lugs for ground, and that's the proper way to do it. Excuse me. Is that dry cough back again? Alright, we'll take our blue crimper and crimp that one. Same thing here. I'll have to tie all these together when I get them up under there and get it mounted, but this is the best way I know to hook these up without crawling up underneath there like I did the last time, which I don't want to do that again. Alright, that ground is hooked. I'm using the fittings that fit it the best. I don't want any slop in this, any movement, anything like that. There is a telemarketer on my cell phone. If my cell phone part worked, the speaker wasn't broken, I'd tell them off. But alright, there we go. You see that? Alright, we're grounded. Now there's the front, and this one's the back. Now I've got to figure out how to wire them on this switch right here, because we got to go. I want both of them to work off of one switch. So this is the positive. So I want positive. Gotta have positive and positive down to the box. So this breaks that circuit. Now let me look at it, make sure. I don't want to do it right to start with. Then we'll test it. Alright, let me show you what I'm doing right quick. Get ahead of myself. This is a spade connector. Up there, I've got one in here. Plug that into our switch. Now this other third leg on this switch here, you can run a jumper wire across there if you want to, which will there's a little light on the end of here, a little LED light will come on when you know it's on. But being this is lights, it'll be dark. If they're on, you know they're on. So that's that. Alright, this is, I'm sorry if y'all can't see, this is one light. Now this is the other. Now we have to tie these two wires together. Like this. And then this wire will go down and hook to the fuse box. And that should give us power on both sides. So what I'm going to attempt to do, get rid of that. We're going to strip this off here. I know I'm going slow, but I want to make sure I get this right. because I don't want to do it again. Alright, we're going to strip that wire right there. Now we're going to skin this wire back. Now somebody asked me which knife this is. This is the Wallace Junior Bushcrafter. I made this thing years ago. The date on the sheath says 2018. I had a guy do some engraving on it for me, but he didn't understand what I really wanted. But looks okay. It's still a good using knife. In my opinion, if it works for the purpose, then it's a good knife. And that, let's see, let's get the razor knife. That'd be better. Because I don't want to cut the wire. I just want to cut the insulation around it. Let's see, let's unplug it. Might be easier. And there may be a better way to do this. I don't know, but I've used this method before and it works pretty good. The end result, I want my lights to work. They have to work. And we've already talked about that. So. Alright, there we go. Now let's see, where did my wire go? Where'd it go? Anyway, we know this has got to go down here. So let's get that one down there. Let's see. Hang on, I have confused myself. Oh, hang on. Okay, let's plug this one back in. I have lost. Hang on, here we go. Senior moment. Alrighty, I got it. This wire had fell down there and I didn't see it, but okay, these two have to be joined together. I'm going to wrap them like this. I'm going to solder them together. And this is very, very fine solder, little small stuff. But it seems to be working really good. There we go. I think that'll do it. I'm not an expert at it still, but I'm doing better. Now, I couldn't get any shrink wrap on there like I wanted it. because I got a little bit of a hurry, but we'll just put some tape on it. And that should work well. Yep, nice and tight. Alright, these are going to go in here like that. And this will be our hot lead to the fuse box. It's going to go right down here. We want it to go way down there. We're going to leave it long, a little bit long. We'll strip back our hot lead. Just like that. Alright, there's our hot lead. Let's see, now let's put it right here at the bottom. Let's see, I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. It's a little tedious in here, so. Alright, the LED light came on. That means, I read the thing, that means the circuit is not closed. And that is because there's no fuse in there. So we have some handy dandy fuses that came with it. Now these don't take, the back is LED and the front is not, but these don't take much. Let's do a 15 is too much, 10, no, 20, no. Just like 2 or 3. Five. 10, no, we don't need a 10, we don't need that one. Now these are color coded as well. And the smallest one in here is a 5. So let's use that one. Alright, let's put our fuse in. Now we should have power to the lights. Alright, let's check it out. Where's the switch? Alright, we got power to the backlight. And we have power to the front light. I think there's a problem though. Let's backlight's off. Front light is still on. Alright, what did I do wrong? Let's see, hang on. World famous camera work. Hang on, let me study on this thing. Alright, what I think I've done, this wire here, the front wire, should be down here. It's on the opposite side. So I'm just going to clip this off. Since this is soldered together, we're going to leave it like it is. Be a good connection still. And move this one to here. And let's see if that's it. Always learning. If you don't make a mistake, you're not doing nothing, right? Alrighty, that's what it took. Just swap those wires around. Light in the back. Light in the front. There we go. Now that's done. Next thing is the bilge pump switch. That's just a single off and on switch. So I should be able to handle that one pretty good. Alright, bilge pump. You can hear it. Very good. Now I'm going to mark these to where I know where they are before I get any further. Where I have a little handy dandy sticker kit they sent with me. Let me find that and we'll see that. Alrighty, here we go. Now I've just got the cover sitting on there. See, the lights we're going to call... Where'd it go? I just saw it. There we go. Nav lights. Navigation lights. And we know that one is this one here. Now this is just for future reference because y'all know me, I'll forget over time. Let's see if we have one that says bilge pump. Not there. Bilge pump 1. There we go. Because there's only one. Which brings me to another world famous money making YouTuber. I'm going to be the YouTuber police. That's what I'm going to do. I can't afford a bilge pump for my boat. Bilge pump, I can afford a bilge pump. 30 bucks for a good one. Give me a break. I'm not going to watch that one anymore either. Anyway, the grumpy old man is getting hungry. I got to go in and get a sandwich. There we go, bilge pump. Now next up is the power ports. I have a regular cigarette lighter type plug-in and a USB power port that I put in a long time ago, and that is the wires for them. So now we got to do the same thing, just ground and hot. That's all it is. Get that done, and see, maybe we can button a little bit of it up until I can get a Ricky to help me with these other two. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My clip's got a little wonky on the last of the wiring. I'm just about done with it, except for the wires that I'm gonna have to get Ricky to help me with. Woke up this morning, just did not feel well for some reason. I don't know why. But I was rested a little bit this morning. Then we decided we'd go up to town and get some supplies. But there's my switch, light switch. We have light And we have light. Alright, and we have bilge pump. You hear it running back there. Live well pumps, that's the one that's got to be wired, this one here. I don't think I wired that correctly when I did it. Now I can't find my little schematic for it, so I got to look it up. It's made, this one is made in Madison, Alabama, which is, that sounds like a good place to be. I'm going to look up, I'm sure they've got a website, TH Marine Supplies. They probably got one I can download. And the motor lift switch, that's got to have to be all rewired. And Ricky did that, and he knows how he did it. So, fuse box, everything seems to work fine. And there's the cover for it. I even put some little handy dandy stickers on there that they sent with it, so it'll waterproof it. It says waterproof, but more like water resistant maybe. But I'll get up in the morning and do some more. That's the most of the wiring is done, which is a good thing. I'm going to put one more wire up front and stub it off up there, just in case I want to add my LED light back up there. I hadn't decided yet, but we'll see. But there we go. After tomorrow, working on this a little bit more, and I've got to get back in the shop. I have got a couple of knife orders. Thank y'all very much. My Damascus I thought was supposed to be here yesterday, and I got an email from Alabama Damascus yesterday that said it had shipped. So I must have, I thought I ordered it earlier last week. I must not have ordered it till Friday or something. But anyway, it's coming. It'll be here this week. They ain't never let me down. So that'll take care of that. Now, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.